In the shadowy recesses of the Kremlin, where power and politics intertwine like serpents in a pit, President Vladimir Putin sat alone, his gaze piercing through the haze of smoke swirling from a cigarette perched between his fingers. The room was dimly lit, the only sound the distant chime of a grandfather clock ticking away the irretrievable minutes. On his desk, an unfinished agenda lay open, revealing plans for the prestigious Soviet Legacy Naval Parade. It was to be a grand display of Russian might and maritime prowess, echoing past triumphs. But fate had other designs. Across the expanse of Eastern Europe, in the embattled lands of Ukraine, a different picture was being painted. Reports bombarded the Kremlin's war cabinets with tales of retreat and staggering losses. Russian soldiers, once driven by chants of nationalism, now grappled with the grim realities of war, the icy breath of despair that haunted the forsaken trenches and hastily erected barricades. Are the rumors true? Putin murmured to himself, speaking to the room filled with flickering shadows. His mind wrestled between delusions of grandeur and undeniable truths. The headlines, written in ink black as crow feathers, declared the mutinous facts he could scarcely bear to read. In an adjoining meeting room, military generals and advisors had gathered, voices rising and falling with paper-shuffling urgency. "Sir," a voice asserted, cutting through the tension like a knife, "losses are substantial. Our forces are withdrawing at a pace inconceivable even in worst-case projections." Putin's eyes narrowed, capturing the reality buried beneath the bravado of official reports. He rose from his desk, a fleeting look of resolve stiffening his posture. The naval parade, a festivity meant to mask the wounds of conflict, to be a ceremonial balm for the nation, was now rendered a scenario fraught with absurdity. A message was swiftly drafted, bearing the weight of disappointed pomp and perplexed dignity. "It is with a heavy heart that we announce the cancellation of the Soviet Legacy Naval Parade due to unavoidable circumstances beyond control." As the announcement fluttered across the Soviet channels, whispers gathered among the populace. All of this, Putin mouthed to the silence of his private sphere, come to naught. Strategically, his words became hostages, fleeing his intentions to the outside world. A book on Russian military history sat prominently on his shelf, a tome of victories and defeats, written in the language of war and legacy. A volume continued through generations, now frozen at a crossroads, as unforgiving as it was unyielding. Beyond the halls of power, the streets of Moscow bustled with burnt-out vitality.